You can eat the cleanest diet in the world. You can avoid sugar, cook at home, take your vitamins, even follow every healthy eating rule you've ever been told. But if you're missing one specific nutrient, your energy will still crash after meals every single time. And here's the part nobody tells you. It has nothing to do with carbs, nothing to do with portion size, and nothing to do with digestion. Stealing your energy, that's the myth. That's what keeps millions of people, especially adults over 45, feeling exhausted 1 or 2 hours after eating, wondering what they're doing wrong, because the truth is far more surprising. Your body isn't tired because you ate the wrong food. It's tired because it can't use the food you just ate. Your cells are missing the internal spark they need to convert that meal into actual energy. Without that spark, your mitochondria, the little engines inside your cells, slow down. They stall, and you feel it instantly as fatigue, brain fog, and that familiar post-meal crash that seems to get worse every year. But here's the shocking twist. This is almost never caused by the food itself. It's caused by the absence of the nutrient that ignites your cellular engines. And most people over 45 are deficient, without realizing it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why your energy collapses after you eat, and reveal the powerful nutrient your body is begging for, the nutrient that can restore your energy after meals in just days. Let's get into it. If you're over 45, you've probably noticed something strange happening to your energy. Meals that used to leave you feeling satisfied and fueled now leave you sluggish. A simple lunch can wipe out your entire afternoon. Dinner can make you feel heavy, foggy, and ready to lie down instead of energized for the rest of the evening. And what's even more frustrating is that this wasn't always the case. In your 20s, you could eat a big sandwich, a bowl of pasta, even fast food, and still power through the day without skipping a beat. In your 30s, you might have felt a little slower, but meals still gave you fuel. But after 45, something changes. Suddenly, the same foods, the same portions, the same habits don't behave the same way in your body anymore. You might catch yourself thinking, "Why am I so tired after eating now? I didn't used to feel like this." Or you blame it on age, stress, hormones, or a slow metabolism. But here's the truth. Energy crashes after meals are not an inevitable part of getting older. They're a sign that something specific is happening inside your cells, something you can fix once you understand it. And this matters, because those post-meal crashes aren't just annoying. They affect everything: your productivity, your mood, your motivation, your ability to stay active, your digestion, even your weight. When meals drain energy instead of giving it, your entire day becomes a cycle of highs and lows, struggling to stay focused and fighting the urge to nap. But there's good news. These crashes have a clear cause. They follow a pattern. And once you understand why your body responds differently after 45, you can turn things around quickly. You can eat and actually feel energized again. You can finish meals feeling sharper, not slower. In this video, we're going to break down exactly why your energy dips after eating and the root nutrient deficiency that explains why what used to work no longer works, and more importantly, how to reverse it. For most people, the pattern is painfully familiar. You finish a meal, maybe lunch, maybe dinner, and at first everything feels normal. But then, almost like flipping a switch, the fatigue hits. Your eyelids feel heavier, your mind slows down. You lose your sharpness. Sometimes you feel a wave of warmth wash over you, or this subtle pressure behind your eyes. And all you want to do is sit, lie down, or just stop thinking for a moment. For some, it's a gentle decline, a slow fade. For others, it's like your body suddenly powers down. You might joke about needing a nap or feeling food coma or blaming the meal for being too big. But deep down, you know something isn't right. Food is supposed to energize you, not make you feel like you're shutting off. Most people try to make sense of it by guessing. They think it's digestion draining energy, or carbs spiking and crashing blood sugar, or insulin being too strong, or that they're simply getting older, and this is how the body works now. But here's the misconception. Digestion doesn't steal energy. It actually stimulates your body. Blood sugar doesn't crash that fast unless something else is wrong. And age alone doesn't make you tired after eating. Otherwise, every older adult would fall asleep every time they had a meal. The real issue is happening deep inside your cells, in the tiny structures that generate your energy. Your mitochondria are supposed to take the nutrients from your food and rapidly convert them into fuel. But when something disrupts that process, when the engines in your cells can't keep up with the demand, you experience the familiar symptoms: fatigue, brain fog, heaviness, a sudden loss of mental clarity. It's not that the meal overwhelmed you, it's that your cells couldn't process the meal fast enough to give you the energy you expected. Let me share a quick story. Elaine, a 59-year-old woman, told me she felt like she was fighting gravity every afternoon. She'd eat her usual lunch: grilled chicken, vegetables, maybe a bit of rice. Nothing extreme, nothing unhealthy. But within an hour, she felt like someone unplugged her. She'd lose her focus at work. She'd reread the same email 3 times. She'd feel this heavy cloud settle over her. Her friends told her it was blood sugar. Her doctor told her it was just age. Her husband joked that she needed espresso after every meal. But when we looked deeper, her real problem wasn't the food, the carbs, or her digestion. It was her cells failing to convert that food into fuel. And this is exactly what's happening to millions of adults over 45. The problem isn't what you're eating, it's how your cells are trying and failing to turn it into energy. And that brings us to the hidden truth, where this breakdown really begins. Here's where the story takes a deeper turn. To understand why your energy crashes after meals, we need to look inside your cells, specifically at the mitochondria, often called the powerhouses of the cell. These tiny structures are responsible for taking the food you eat, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, and turning it into ATP, the molecule your body uses for energy. But mitochondria don't just magically produce energy. They require certain key nutrients to function efficiently. Think of them like engines. You can put fuel in the tank, but if the spark plugs are missing or faulty, the car won't move. You can eat perfectly healthy meals, but if a critical cofactor is missing, your mitochondria stall. And after age 45, there's one particular nutrient that begins to decline sharply in most adults. A nutrient that your mitochondria absolutely cannot operate without. When it drops, your energy production slows dramatically, especially after meals, because that's when your mitochondria are being asked to work the hardest. Let's talk science for a moment. Inside every mitochondrion is a chain of reactions called the electron transport chain. It's where food molecules are transformed into ATP. Without this nutrient, the electrons in this chain cannot move efficiently. The whole system backs up. Fuel goes in, but energy doesn't come out. The result? That familiar afternoon slump, the foggy brain, the heaviness in your body. This is not theory. Studies have shown that adults over 50 often have significantly lower levels of this nutrient compared to younger adults, and restoring it improves energy, cognitive clarity, and metabolic efficiency. One 2018 review in the Journal of Mitochondrial Research noted that supplementation in older adults led to noticeable improvements in energy levels, especially after meals. To make it real, consider Robert, a 57-year-old engineer. He came to me frustrated because his focus was disappearing mid-afternoon. Coffee helped for an hour, then the crash returned. He was eating well, exercising moderately, and even sleeping 7 hours a night. The problem wasn't his lifestyle, it was a cellular deficiency. Once we addressed this nutrient shortage, his post-meal energy dramatically improved. He could sit through afternoon meetings without yawning, think clearly, and even get a second wind for his evening workout. The tension here is that this deficiency is invisible. Blood tests often don't catch it. Doctors rarely mention it. And yet, it's the single most important factor determining whether your cells can turn food into usable energy efficiently. So, what is this elusive nutrient that your body is silently begging for? It's the spark that your mitochondria need to convert meals into energy. In the next section, I'll reveal it and show you exactly how to restore it, along with a few additional habits that supercharge your cellular engines. Now that we understand the problem, why your energy crashes after meals, it's time to talk about the solution. The good news is that restoring your post-meal energy is not complicated. It's not about starving yourself, avoiding carbs, or drinking endless coffee. The solution lies in supporting your mitochondria with the nutrients and habits they need to convert food into fuel efficiently. The first and most important step is restoring the key nutrient your mitochondria are desperately lacking: coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10. This is the nutrient that acts as a spark in the electron transport chain inside your mitochondria. Without enough CoQ10, your mitochondria stall. Food sits in your cells without being converted into energy, and that's exactly what causes the fatigue and brain fog you feel after meals. How to restore CoQ10. Not all supplements are created equal. You want the active form, ubiquinol, which your body can use immediately. Cheaper forms, like ubiquinone, often fail to raise cellular levels enough, especially in adults over 45. The best way to take CoQ10 is with a meal that contains some fat: breakfast, lunch, or dinner, because it's fat-soluble. A common mistake is taking it on an empty stomach or with just water, which drastically reduces absorption. Let me share a story. Margaret, 62, had been taking generic CoQ10 for months, but saw no difference. She was taking it with her morning coffee. Once she switched to ubiquinol with her evening meal, within 3 days, she noticed her post-meal crashes diminishing. Within 2 weeks, she had consistent energy throughout the afternoon, a transformation she thought was impossible at her age. The second supporting nutrient is magnesium. Magnesium is essential because it acts as a cofactor in over 300 enzymatic reactions, including the reactions inside mitochondria that produce ATP. Without sufficient magnesium, even restored CoQ10 can't function optimally. The most effective forms are magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate, taken at night. This not only supports mitochondrial repair during sleep, but also prevents common absorption issues seen with magnesium oxide, which many people take incorrectly. A patient named Daniel, 58, was experiencing constant post-lunch fatigue. Once he added magnesium glycinate at night alongside his CoQ10, he reported that the afternoon fog lifted entirely, and he finally had the mental clarity he had been missing for years. The mistake many make is assuming any magnesium supplement works. Absorption and timing are crucial. The third habit is eating mitochondria-supporting foods. Certain foods naturally contain CoQ10 or help your mitochondria function better. Examples include salmon, sardines, spinach, broccoli, and even peanuts or sesame seeds. The science is simple. These foods provide antioxidants and cofactors that protect mitochondria from oxidative stress while enhancing their energy-producing capacity. You don't need massive portions, just consistent inclusion in your diet. For instance, Armin, 52, added 3 servings of salmon and leafy greens per week while continuing his CoQ10 and magnesium routine. Within 10 days, he noticed that meals no longer left him drained. He could focus through long meetings, complete tasks in the afternoon, and even enjoy evening activities without fatigue. The fourth supporting habit is a short post-meal walk. 10 minutes of light movement immediately after eating stimulates mitochondrial oxygenation, improves nutrient delivery, and prevents energy from being trapped in your cells. It doesn't need to be a brisk walk. Even a slow stroll around the kitchen or hallway works. Combined with CoQ10, magnesium, and supportive foods, this simple habit dramatically reduces post-meal crashes. Finally, hydration before meals plays a subtle but significant role. Mitochondria require adequate water to transport nutrients effectively. Drinking a glass of water 10 to 15 minutes before eating improves cellular function, enhances digestion, and supports energy production. Dehydration slows these processes, making fatigue worse even if you have optimal nutrients. Together, these 5 strategies create a complete energy restoration system. Restore the spark with CoQ10, fuel it with magnesium, nourish it with the right foods, activate it with movement, and maintain efficiency with proper hydration. Implementing even a few of these steps can transform how you feel after every meal, just like it did for Margaret, Daniel, and Armin. Once you understand this system, post-meal crashes no longer feel inevitable. They become a sign that something needs to be fixed, and you now know exactly how to fix it. Even with the right nutrients and habits, many people continue to experience energy crashes because of a few common mistakes. These are subtle, everyday behaviors that silently sabotage your mitochondria and prevent the solution from working. Let's go through them so you can stop making them immediately. Mistake number 1. Taking CoQ10 with coffee or on an empty stomach. Coffee is acidic and moves supplements through your digestive system too quickly, reducing absorption. Taking CoQ10 without food, or with just water or coffee, means your cells may never actually receive the spark they need. Even high-quality ubiquinol won't help if it isn't absorbed properly. Mistake number 2. Using seed oils, especially at breakfast. Oils like canola, soybean, and corn are highly processed and contain compounds that create oxidative stress in your mitochondria. This stress literally damages the structures that produce energy, breaking down the very CoQ10 you're trying to restore. Switching to olive oil, avocado oil, or butter dramatically protects your cells and enhances nutrient absorption. Mistake number 3. Skipping protein. Many people skip protein at breakfast or lunch, thinking carbs or smoothies are enough. Without protein, blood sugar and energy levels fluctuate more dramatically, putting extra strain on your mitochondria. Protein stabilizes energy, fuels cellular repair, and supports sustained focus throughout the day. Mistake number 4. Relying on high-sugar, healthy drinks, smoothies, fruit juices, flavored yogurts, and even certain green juices often contain hidden sugars. These sugars overwhelm mitochondria, especially when CoQ10 is low, leading to sharper crashes. Even if a drink seems healthy, pairing it with protein and healthy fats is critical to prevent a surge and crash effect. Mistake number 5. Eating large meals too quickly. When you rush through meals, your body releases a sudden spike of insulin and digestive enzymes, which spikes demand on your mitochondria all at once. This can make an energy crash inevitable. Slow down, chew thoroughly, and give your cells a chance to process nutrients gradually. Each of these habits may seem small, but together they can completely undo the benefits of CoQ10, magnesium, and supportive foods. Avoid them, and your post-meal energy will stabilize far more quickly than you might expect. Let's wrap everything up. Post-meal energy crashes are not inevitable. They are a clear signal that your mitochondria, the energy engines inside your cells, aren't getting what they need to function. The root cause is a deficiency in CoQ10, the spark that drives energy production. Without it, your cells stall and you feel the crash. The solution is straightforward and highly effective. First, restore CoQ10 by taking the active form, ubiquinol, with a meal containing healthy fats. Second, support it with magnesium at night to ensure your mitochondria can use that spark efficiently. Third, nourish your cells with mitochondria-supporting foods like salmon, sardines, spinach, and broccoli. Fourth, take a short post-meal walk to boost oxygen delivery to your cells. And fifth, stay properly hydrated before meals to keep the system running smoothly. Avoid common mistakes like talk. Here's a bonus tip that many people overlook. Add a teaspoon of olive oil to one of your daily meals. Not only does it enhance CoQ10 absorption, but it also protects your mitochondria from oxidative damage, giving your cells an extra layer of defense against fatigue. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these habits or mistakes were you making without realizing it? Did you know you were taking CoQ10 wrong? Or skipping magnesium? Share your experiences in the comments. It's one of the fastest ways to stay accountable and learn from others. And before you go, here's a sneak peek of what's coming next. In our following video, we're going even deeper into metabolic health, revealing a shocking combination of nutrients and timing strategies that can reverse age-related fatigue and restore all-day energy in adults over 45. You don't want to miss it. Stay energized, take care of your cells, and I'll see you in the next video.